So these are called Caffeine Clean, and many of you have been requesting me to review these IEMs. So now we have it here. So they come with a DLC diaphragm. DLC refers to diamond like carbon, and these are priced at 4,190 for the 3.5 millimeter jack. In case you want a type C, you have to pay 150 or 200 rupees extra. So you can slide it out of the box somewhat like that. On the top you have your IEMs. Under that you have this another box that contains a carry pouch and some paperwork. Inside the pouch you will find your cable, some extra pair of ear tips, and one pair of replaceable nozzle. The pouch comes in a fabric finish instead of leather or axine that usually other brands provide. You have the caffeine branding on the top, and overall the pouch feels small, compact, and of a very premium quality. The number of extra pair of ear tips is just 2, and I wish they could have included some more at this price point. And then you have this extra pair of nozzle, which we will get to in a short while. So starting off with the design and build quality. So these IEMs are made from metal. They have used some kind of an alloy, and I really like this print that is there on the faceplate along with the caffeine branding in clean and bold letters. And everything on these IEMs feel very high quality and very premium. Even though they come in this black color, they are not attracting any sort of fingerprints, and I see that in some of the other IEMs they usually get charged and they attract a lot of dust, but this is not something that is happening in this one. Also, if you look at the housing, so the thickness, this thickness is not too much, so they are going to give you a very good flush finish with your ears. And also the faceplate and the housing are being held up together with the help of this tiny screw. According to the company, like over the long period of time, if the glue fails, so that screw will still hold both the structure together. Quite thoughtful. The left and right markings are quite distinct, and if you look at the nozzle, so I think it's made from brass or something, but if you will remove the nozzle, so you will first of all notice that there is this cool print that is there on the front side, but at the back they have also included an acoustic filter. So this is something new. I have not seen like many IEMs that are using acoustic filter or some kind of a protection film on the inside. So yeah, that's something new about them. With these IEMs they have included a white colored cable. The quality of the cable is same that you would expect at this particular price point, and just want to mention that it's a sort of an off-white color which I really like. I mean, I think extremely white cables with sort of a blue tint feels very cheap, so that is not the case with this one, and I really like those brands that label their products and accessories properly. And now talking about the comfort and fitting, so the IEMs are going to fit you very nicely, and when I'm wearing them it feels like they have been exclusively designed for me, just because the design is quite ergonomic, so it's not going to hurt you on any part of the ear, which is quite good. And as I told you in the beginning, that this particular thickness is quite less, so they are going to give you a very good flush finish which you are really going to like. If you want to have a more size comparison, so if you are comparing it to the Moondrop Q2, so they are slightly bigger than that, but if you compare it to the 7Hz G1, so they are very similar in shape and design when you compare it to the G1, but practically this is going to feel more compact when you compare it to the 7Hz G1. And talking about the technical specifications, they have 10mm dynamic drivers inside with DLC diaphragm with dual chambers, and the sensitivity is around 107, impedance is around 32 ohms, and they cover a frequency range from 20 to 20,000 kHz, which is well within the audible range. And they have also included a CCAW voice coil separately for better vocals. And now let's over to the audio quality. Now talking about the audio quality, so first of all I tested them out with the default silver nozzles that came pre-attached. If you're going for the silver nozzle, it is responsible for a smooth sound signature, and if you're going for the black nozzle, so it's responsible for more like bright sound signature. But while swapping between the nozzles, I didn't notice much of a difference. Maybe that is something that cannot be noticed practically, but only be represented in the form of a graph or something. So I'll just continue with the silver nozzles that came pre-attached with these. So my first impression about the sound signature is that they feel really impressive. I mean, if you're someone who don't know anything about the sound, and if I hand over these to you for trying out, so you will be more than happy, and I think this is the reason for their popularity. So when it comes to the bass frequencies, it is just sufficient, not too much overpowered, not boomy at all, just the right kind of balanced bass that you would expect, which any human ear would find a lot of pleasing to hear. And when it comes to the mid frequency, so if you look at this curve and you look at the graph of this Caffeine Clean and also the Harman target curve, so the upper mid and the presence region is well aligned, so that I think that CCAW voice coil is doing its job properly. So yeah, vocal frequencies are good, very good for watching movies, very good for listening to music and any sort of vocal based content. And when it comes to the high frequencies, so I just noticed that they have enough amount of details, but there is a very peculiar churn effects that are going on in certain frequencies. You can understand this in this way, like there used to be those Sony stereo systems that used to be placed in the car with two separate tweeters on the dashboard. So the kind of that churn effects used to get from those tweeters, you will have the same effect from the Caffeine Clean. Now at a price of 4,190, I feel like some of the people may find it a little bit pricey, but right now discount is going on the Concept Card website, so you can get these for 3,590, and I think it's a good deal at the moment. But even if I review it from a price point of 4,000 rupees, so they there can be 2 or 3 other good choices out there which you should consider. So first one is the AGO 1 by AGS Sound. So those are like one of the phenomenal IEMs, very good bass, very good representation of vocals, and overall the wide sound signature. The only thing is that you have to import it from keephifi.com. A lot of people these days scare of importing these products and they are scared about the custom duty, but I'll assure you that the import is going to be completely hassle free. It's just that it's going to take some more time, but if you, in case you don't want to get into the hassle of import at all, the next good choice can be the Tustura D minor. Those are priced at 2,990. They come with a very wide sound signature, and when it comes to like those chun effects which are there in the Caffeine Clan, so they are going to cut down on all that and going to give you a very clean sound. The only problem with the Tustura D minor is that those IEMs keep on popping out of my ear, and when it happens it actually hampers the bass, so the fitting can be subjective for a lot of people. But if the Tustura D minor fits you properly, so those can be one of the good choices out there. And the last one can be the 7Hz G1. Now 7Hz G1 sound very similar to the Caffeine Clan. The only difference is that they are a little bit boosted in the bass frequencies and little bit boosted in the high frequencies, so they have sort of a V-shaped sound signature. So in case you want to still you are on a like very low budget, or you don't want to, you have a budget of around 3,200 rupees, so you can go with the 7Hz G1 as well. And last I want to say that at a price of 3,590, it's a fair choice. They deliver what they promise, and it's a kind of a sound signature that most of the people are going to like. I'm just comparing these to the 7Hz G1 for better clarity. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to follow me for more, and if you have any doubts, make sure to post that in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching.